Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Heavy rain and hail. Yep, we got some of that today in South Texas.
And some of that caused some damage in parts of our area. We will get to that in just a bit. But first, let's get right to Adam Caskey, who is here to tell us what's going on outside as we speak. So, Adam, the brunt of this system, is that past us at this point?
Yes, absolutely. The vast majority of it out of here, closer to the Gulf Coast and even into Houston. I do want to point out that there is a little bit of shower activity that has popped up. We do have a weak boundary moving through in parts of the hill country, and this is that 10% chance we're talking about for the rest of this evening, and it should be pretty brief. But around Kerrville, this is where we have this downpour. Ingram to Kerrville, heavy rainfall right here, just moving into Kerrville and parts of downtown Kerrville, and of course the outlying areas as well. Again, this is very spotty, highly isolated, but a good downpour, some heavy rainfall associated with that. Some brief heavy rain, so don't anticipate significant accumulations. Speaking of accumulations, take a look at our rainfall estimates from today. Widening out the view, most of it was along and south of Highway 90, but we did have some good accumulations in parts of San Antonio and Bexar County, particularly this little yellow spot here, a few of them near Atkins and Calaveras Lake. This is where we had 2 inches of rain estimated by Doppler radar on the east side. So we'll take the rain. Unfortunately, it came at a bit of a cost. And that's where we go to our KSAT Connect and take a look at some of the pictures that we picked up from our KSAT viewers out there with KSAT Connect and I don't have the KSAT. I thought you had the KSAT.
We had photos. We saw some roofs ripped off of some places. I mean,
we did.
Toppled over like a metal shed area in Poteet. I know that happened as well.
I'll get you some of those photos again. They were in the system. They're not in the system right now. I'll get you some of those photos and show them to you in a little bit.
Okay, thank you. Now, some parts of our area were hit harder than others. In Poteet, strong winds caused damage and destruction. That was along Highway 16. They knocked down power lines and split trees and utility poles in two.
The winds also tore the roof off of a bar, tossed it down the street. The bar owner says that even though friends called her and told her about the damage, she was still surprised when she actually saw it for herself.
When they said the roof blew off, I'm thinking maybe just, a few of those roof tins or but it's like the whole roof.
The whole roof. Even though the bar floors were left soggy from the rain, the owner told us her pool tables were spared. While she makes these repairs, she plans to serve customers out on the patio.
Yeah, good luck to her. By the way, at one point today, up to 4,000 homes and businesses reported outages to CPS Energy. And as you can see right now, it has calmed down a lot. I'm looking closer at that map. Something like 225 homes and businesses still affected at this hour. So good. That's a nice drop from earlier.
Let's take a look at something that has been causing a problem at least since 5 o'clock. We don't know if this has anything to do with that weather we saw earlier. This is a view here at I-35 in 1604. You can see that tractor trailer in the front. It's down on the road. Earlier, it looked like there was a car hanging out of the back of it. We've been watching this since our 5 o'clock newscast. That second tractor trailer has showed up maybe to offload whatever's on there so they can clear this up. But this is the mess it is causing. 1604 totally shut down westbound, so traffic is being diverted at Pat Booker. And of course, coming at 6 o'clock, not a great time. This has got traffic standstill as people are being taken off the highway trying to make their way around. We're going to keep eyes on this to see if it makes any progress during this newscast.
Yeah, hopefully it does. Now, last December, we met a woman named Reina Elizondo. She was recovering from serious injuries that she sustained in an alleged drunk driving incident. Now, the man accused of hitting her, you see him here, Mark Walton, accepted a plea deal in court just a few hours ago. And as Erica Hernandez reports, Elizondo's healing physically, but still suffers emotionally from what happened to her and her baby.
Physically better. I'm walking now and my hand is healed.
It's been almost a year and a half since Reina Elizondo was severely injured in an accident. On January 31st, 2023, Reina was 10 weeks pregnant with her first child. She was driving near the intersection of Zamora and Nogalitos when an alleged drunk driver slammed into her car. Reina suffered numerous injuries, including a brain injury, and her daughter was later born with disabilities and is now legally blind. The man charged with intoxication assault, Mark Walton, in court Monday, accepting a plea deal.
and to use her to the offense of intoxication assault. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
The maximum time Walton could get is 10 years in prison. Reina says she forgives him, but she is still overcome with emotion about what she has gone through.
I also knew that the impact of this accident caused disabilities for my baby. But I know God is in control and He'll have the final say. But I hope he comes to know Christ too.
Are you satisfied with the plea deal?
I'm okay with it because I know there's more justice with God.
Now, Reina will be back in court on July 22nd. That's the official date that Walton will be sentenced. Again, the maximum he can get is 10 years in prison. At the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Are San Antonio City Council members leaking confidential information on the city's contract negotiations with the fire union? That seemed to be the city attorney's claim last week, saying that he had no confidence what's said about the contract in closed-door executive sessions is staying there. That came after these 5 council members called for a meeting to discuss Andy Segovia's fitness as city attorney, after they say he blocked their previous request for an executive session on those negotiations. We heard from 4 of those 5 council members today who all denied leaking information.
What did you think of Andy's statement?
I thought it was unprofessional. I think it's unfair, and unless he has direct access to whatever leaks he's supposing, I think it's completely unfounded.
Now, KSAT requested to talk with the city attorney to hear what evidence he has of these claims and whom he suspects, but we were told he won't be giving any interviews until after the city manager hears from council members this week.
It's been nearly a week since 2 gunmen fired 30 rounds into a Northeast Bexar County townhome, killing a 4-year-old girl and critically injuring her parents and 2 siblings. And we told you last week authorities found the vehicle that matched the description of their getaway car. But the 2 suspects that you see on your screen, they're still out there. So if you know who those people are or where they may be, help detectives get them off the streets. You can call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, and that number is on your screen. It's 210-335-6000. You can also email the Sheriff's Office at bcsotips@bexar.org.
A KSAT viewer asked, so we answered. A viewer wrote to us asking us to explain how mail delivery works. How does it all get sorted? What if you can't read the handwriting? So we went to the USPS processing plant here in San Antonio to find out.
Each one of these machines here are capable of running 11 letters per second.
Later in this newscast, an all-new KSAT explains about mail delivery. What happens before it hits your mailbox? That's still ahead.
2 more days. That's how much time property owners in Bexar County have to let the appraisal district know that they're going to appeal their property appraisals. The first step is to file a notice of appeal. Now, you can mail that, drop it off in the box outside of the Bexar County Appraisal District on North Frio, or you can file an appeal online. The process can be tricky. That's exactly why we're here to help. For all the steps on how to protest your property appraisal, just find the article on our website, ksat.com, or come and scan the QR code that you see right there on your screen. Also, good luck. Seeing special needs as an asset. That is the strong message that 2 big state organizations are sending by partnering together. So this month, we told you that the Texas Association of Business and Special Olympics Texas have a new agreement that's going to give jobs to more people with disabilities. Courtney Friedman spoke with a Special Olympics athlete who says this is a huge deal.
This is all of our merchandise right here.
Blake McDonald works behind the scenes at the Special Olympics Texas headquarters in San Antonio, running the warehouse outside and doing projects inside.
This is one of the things I get to engrave.
And you do this yourself?
Yes.
A jack of all trades, for lack of a better phrase.
Are you doing the lifting too?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
Strong, organized, driven. Those are the qualities that define him, not the fact that he has high-functioning autism with multiple disorders, although that's something he likes talking about and is proud of.
Special Olympics has really changed me because they've actually made me feel more welcome than anyone really ever has.
5 years before he started working for the organization, he became a talented athlete.
I'm in softball, basketball, bowling, floorball, which is kind of like floor hockey, and I'm also in esports.
But he also took advantage of their job training programs.
The Athlete Leadership Program, which trains athletes to have bank accounts and have jobs and personal skills.
Special Olympics Texas Director of Assets Jerry Cohn sees the program's success, but then come the job searches.
Jobs is one that we would love to be able to help them do, but without the assistance of a bigger organization, we can't.
This month, that changed. The Texas Association of Business signed an agreement to work with Special Olympics Texas to close gaps and place more people with disabilities into jobs.
We'll say, we have athlete over here, let's match you up with this business here, and we'll be able to connect them, and then hopefully they're a good fit.
Special Olympics South Region Executive Director Jessica Lizardo says it preps businesses that actually do want to make these hires.
A lot of people are very intimidated or just don't understand individuals who have intellectual disabilities.
People like Blake punching out stigma and opening eyes for his peers and the businesses that need them. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
In other news now, the final key witness that prosecutors called to the stand in the Trump hush money trial was Michael Cohen, Trump's former personal attorney and ally, testifying against his former boss in front of that New York courtroom just a few hours ago. Cohen testifying under oath that former President Trump told him to pay for multiple women's silence, and that includes adult film star Stormy Daniels. Cohen also brought up a catch and kill scheme set up with National Enquirer publisher David Pecker, where they agreed to publish positive stories about Trump and prevent negative ones from coming out. Now, if you remember, Pecker testified about that 3 weeks ago. Jurors heard a conversation that Cohen recorded between he and Trump in September of 2016. It specifically references one of those catch and kills, a $150,000 hush money payment to Playboy model Karen McDougal by Pecker.
So what are we going to pay? Funding, yes. When it comes time for the financing, which will be... Listen. What financing? We'll have to pay you. So
Well, the Trump defense team says that Cohen can't be trusted. They've called him an obsessed and convicted liar. Trump, meanwhile, has maintained his innocence since day one of this trial.
It's not a lion, tiger, or a bear, but the San Antonio Zoo is getting ready for 8 big animals to join their habitats next year. We'll show you a first look at that habitat and how the zoo threw a party today, celebrating its 110th birthday. Next.
Living in filth. That's what people who live at the Brentwood apartment say they've been dealing for over a year now. Tonight, like we bring you their concerns and what's being done about a sewage leak.
For 110 years, children and families have embarked on exciting adventures at the San Antonio Zoo, a space focused on animal care, conservation, and also education.
It's a gym we have here. Tiffany Huertas takes us to their wild birthday bash and shares a first look at a brand new habitat that will be home to 8 gorillas.
There was a lot of dancing at the San Antonio Zoo this morning. Visitors celebrating the San Antonio Zoo's 110th birthday.
Happy birthday, and we're just so excited to always see the animals.
Happy birthday, San Antonio Zoo. 110 is quite a good birthday.
110 years is a legacy. Really, a legacy of conservation and education is what we've built here at San Antonio Zoo, but we invite everybody to be part of it because we are a nonprofit.
Some of the original animals here at the San Antonio Zoo included lions, monkeys, and bears. Today, the zoo has about 800 different species of animals. The zoo is entering a new chapter. Congo Falls will be a 2-acre habitat that will allow the zoo to house gorillas for the first time in more than 30 years.
So this gorilla video is a never-before-seen fly-through rendering of what Congo Falls is going to look like. We're opening in 2025. It'll be the largest gorilla habitat in the entire nation. So we are so proud to bring gorillas back to San Antonio.
Families are looking forward to the new gorilla habitat.
We've been to the Dallas Zoo, and they have the big area for the gorillas, and it's amazing. So I'm really excited to see it here.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
I want to give you another look right now at this big traffic tie-up that has shut down 1604. This is the view at 35 and 1604. This 18-wheeler has been in this position for over an hour at least. It looks like they're finally offloading the cargo of the, in the bed of that truck to try to clean up this mess, but it's completely tied up traffic. The only thing moving has been on the access road.
Yeah, that's right. And now this is another view as to like the backup that we have. I mean, it looks like it's moving ever so slightly right there at 1604 at Pat Booker. Obviously, not fun for those people who want to make it home or have somewhere else to be. But it could have been worse. I mean, if this was maybe a few hours ago when we were having some weather, that definitely would have been a big concern. Adam, you have some pictures of some of that damage?
Yeah, we had some damage, especially south of San Antonio, from about Bigfoot to Poteet and even Lavernia, just southeast of town. This is a pecan tree and crop damage. It's very unfortunate. It's, when you get these storms, when you're living in the city or you're in the city, you're just thinking of hail damaging your car. But for folks who have crops, it's also a big factor for their crops. And this is Lavernia. The hail can cause the damage. Sometimes wind can, especially when you have the trees going down like this. And this is in Poteet. 11:40 to 11:45 a.m. It looks like the brunt of that tree just fell shy of that house, but I can't verify that. And then you look off into the distance here, some of these oak trees, and there you go near Pleasanton or Poteet as well. Some of the oak trees off in the distance there in the yard took a hit and unfortunately lost some big limbs. All right, what we have on the radar at the moment is just one downpour moving through Kerrville, headed toward Comfort. Comfort is going to be there in a few minutes. This is the one isolated shower that's left over as a weak boundary moves in, but that's it. I want to talk about the drought monitor. We still have the extreme drought ongoing in parts of the hill country and just west of San Antonio. And not only that, the severe drought, this orange color, but let's put the rainfall totals on top of it. And where we needed the rain the most, unfortunately, we didn't get a whole lot of rain. Kerrville so far 0.07 of an inch, Blanco 0.2 of an inch, Bernie 0.05 of an inch, Uvalde almost an inch, Hondo just under half an inch, and locally Alamo Ranch, we had one reading there of nearly an inch and a half, but you go to Helotes 0.1 of an inch, and Southtown 1.2 inches. Very, very wide range of rainfall accumulations as we often see. And you look at the radar throughout the day and especially late this morning, that activity moving through. Now we're on the backside of it. Our next system is a little swirl west of Southern California. This little swirl is going to be our next burst of energy and a ripple in the upper level flow as it heads our way. And that's going to be primarily on Thursday. So Thursday stands out to us to our next best chance, which is about 40% for showers and storms to develop. Now, as we go through the day, and this is a very generalized futurecast, but we go through the day on Thursday and those rain and storm chances increase as we get into the afternoon. 20% chance Wednesday, 40% Thursday, Friday, we're at a 20% chance. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we start the day at 64. By the afternoon, mid-90s and sunny. Then the clouds fill back in, especially by Thursday, Friday. Then this weekend, we're looking at sunshine and in the mid-90s. By the way, coming up 6:45, we'll show you the huge temperature difference across our area and the radar on top of the drought monitor. Here's a look at our live cam. Outside right now, we did have some clearing. Then we actually got some of the high clouds from one of the distant storms to our south. Now we've cleared out again as we look south toward downtown. A nice picture after a rainy morning.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Adam.
So Wemby was not only honored, he was surprised.
Yeah, so after he won Rookie of the Year, Fanatics surprised him with an exhibit that was actually for Wemby. He had no idea. So when Wemby received his Rookie of the Year trophy the other day, we got to ask him about that video, and of course, he was all smiles. And TLU softball held a watch party this morning to learn their playoff opponent. Coming up. Victor Wembanyama was all smiles Saturday at the Scobie Planetarium during his NBA Rookie of the Year presentation. The planetarium was the logical choice for a player dubbed an alien. During his Q&A with the media, we had a chance to ask Wemby about that video released by Fanatics featuring several NBA legends and former Rookie of the Year winners congratulating Wemby. He was told he was going to see a brand new exhibit featuring some cool NBA stuff, but what he didn't know was that exhibit was curated especially for him and to surprise him for winning Rookie of the Year. LeBron James, David Robinson, and Shaq were among the greats to honor Wemby.
I mean, it's a big surprise for me, something I really didn't expect. And yeah, because, seeing those guys, this was really heartfelt because, I mean, seeing those guys take the time, to encourage me, congratulate me, it just means something. And even some guys I wouldn't think could I mean, anybody could get to do that. Like, how busy has LeBron got to be? You know, it's just incredible, and yeah, it just inspires me to. Yeah, you know, in the future, I hope when I'm a veteran, I want to encourage rookies and young players like this.
All right, next week on Monday and Tuesday, the NBA will announce the all-rookie team and all-defensive team. It was Selection Monday for the Texan Lutheran softball team. The Bulldogs gathered together at 10 this morning to find out who and where they'll start their postseason play. Their first opponent in the regionals will be Chapman University out of Orange, California. The host team is East Texas Baptist University, so TLU will be heading to Marshall, Texas for the next few days. The regional round is double elimination, and the players are ready to roll.
It's go time. It's time to go. This is my favorite part of the season, and last year we had a lot of young girls on the team, but now we've all aged 1 year, so we're a lot more experienced. This is when it gets fun. I love pressure, and so this is a pressure-filled season, and I'm just so excited.
I always make sure that I remind this team that we're good enough, right? Like, we can play with whoever. The Bulldog Party goes everywhere, so Chapman's a good team too, and so I think at this point we have to put our best foot forward.
And for head coach Wade Wilson, he's ready to flip a switch into the postseason pandemonium.
Well, I think there's three parts to every season. You have a preseason, then your conference season, and then the playoffs. And you hope that you've put your teams in positions to get ready for this time of the year. You know, we're battling some injuries and trying to get that squared away. And we've got some kids that have been in this situation. We've got 2 fifth-year senior pitchers that have both pitched in World Series games. And you hope that that experience, our other kids can lean on them a little bit for that. So it's going to be a fun time. We're excited about it.
The Bulldogs' first game against Chapman will be on Thursday at 2:30 p.m. In Division I, the 2024 softball championship field is set. Texas is the #1 seed in the tournament, and the Longhorns will host their region starting with Siena. Texas State will take on Penn State. 16 seed Texas A&M is heading the Bryan College Station Regional, and the Aggies will face Albany. And Baylor will play in Lafayette against Ole Miss. And how about this? Kiana Williams is back with the WNBA Seattle Storm, wearing jersey #2 on the bottom left. Seattle originally drafted the Wagner High School great in the second round of 2021. So she's bounced around a bit since, but she's back with Seattle.
She's back.
Yes.
Thank you. Coming up next, KSAT explains mail delivery. How does it get to your mailbox? What happens in that process? It's next. This week's KSAT Explains was inspired by a viewer who had some questions.
Yeah, Natalie asked us about the postal system, how mail gets sent, sorted, and pretty much everything in between. You asked, so we answered.
In this KSAT Explains, we take you inside the main U.S. Postal Service processing plant on Perrin Vital.
Running on average about 10 million pieces of mail per day as far as letters. We're servicing the entire southern area of Texas, just shy of San Marcos.
My local post office, every piece of mail they get, are they actually sorting anything, or are they just bringing everything here?
They're bringing everything here. All they do is put it all together and let us know that it's coming. Each one of these machines here are capable of running 11 letters per second.
What is that machine doing to a letter?
It's actually, after it is being inducted into the machine is looking for a barcode very specifically on the front side to see if that information is available so that we know how to sort the machine to the appropriate bin. In other words, we also put a special barcode on the back side of a mail piece, and that helps us to make sure that the information on the front side of the mail piece and the back side of the mail piece is exactly the same. Let's head out to the dock over here. Good morning.
Hi.
I am so glad that you are not camera shy. Right now, we've got some collectors who are getting ready to start to go out to the delivery units to pick up those early rounds of mail that have been collected from the mailboxes.
We're talking about the blue collection boxes.
And we'll be collecting it all up until about 2000 tonight.
Oh, Lord! It'll be so quick, I promise.
Yeah, just hold it out.
Here.
Right here.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been here for 22 years.
22 years?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you do every day on this job?
Every day I just come to work and I go to the stations and I pick up mail at the post office and I bring it back in so it can get assorted.
So how long are you on the road every day, you think?
I'm on the road probably like at least about 4 hours.
Okay. What's your area that you cover usually?
Basically, I do like the southeast and the east side. That's my area.
Southeast and east side, okay.
Yes.
So do you think there are misconceptions people have about how the mail actually works?
Yeah, I think they don't know the inside. I don't think they just see what's going on the outside, but not the inside.
Well, that's what we're here to show people. So what do you think people,
we work hard. We work hard to get the mail out on time for the customers.
Yeah. It's important
That's our
to get your
job.
mail, right?
That's right. That's our job.
Yeah. And you do it with a smile, it seems.
Always. Love coming to work.
Where are you headed right now?
I'm going to Lower Heights. Yes, ma'am.
Do you
I
have
go
the
there.
same route every day?
Yes, I do the same route every day. Same routine.
Okay.
Every day, Monday through Friday.
I sure appreciate that.
Hey.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
I know, right? Oh, man, y'all get me smell like something.
Well, you know, you put yourself out there.
Thank y'all.
Bye-bye.
All right, peace out.
Believe it or not, we start counting at minute 1. It's 1 minute late. It's 2 minutes late.
How many trucks usually come in here about this time of night?
Roughly at this time of the night, probably about 350 to 400. This is just the start of our really busy time. We want all the letters together, all the flats together, all the packages together.
So when you say cancel it, what does that mean?
That means we're going to cancel the stamp. We're going to read every piece of information on that particular mail piece, and then we're going to start tracking it throughout our system. We've got baby chicks, a lot of baby chicks in here. We got a whole bunch of bees over here as well. You should see when we get the live fish through here. These are going to be handled just like we would handle anything else, with the exception we're going to make sure that no other mail pieces are obstructing any of the air holes that you see.
When the address is wrong, does a human have to actually step in?
Not necessarily. Most of the mail is resolved just by looking in our directory system to see where that mail piece actually needs to go.
And a machine does that?
In most cases, yes.
Okay. Elva, your card is coming.
Tomorrow morning early, that will make sure that if it goes out on a plane, it's on that designated plane. If it goes out on a truck, it'll be on that truck.
Do you go in the same order every single day when you make deliveries?
Every single day. This is our case, what we call our case area. This is how we do sortation of mail, which means you're putting mail into these little dividers. These dividers are specifically for each specific address within the route itself. Special delivery here is going to be KSAT 12. They're at 1408.
So when you get it from the processing plant, you still have to go through and make sure that it is in the correct order?
It is. Yes, I do. And I probably have about 1,500 deliveries, which includes a lot of growth that's happening here, specifically on this route.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 26 years, on this specific route for 22 years.
You probably know a lot of the people that you deliver to.
Absolutely. I've gone to plenty of graduations. I've seen some folks go to their quinceañeras, seen them at Fiesta when we're out there delivering, waving at them. The item would tell you it's a section 3 in sequence number. So section 3 meaning that the back of the truck are numbered already 1, 3, and 5 for this section, and 2, 4, and 6 on that side. So that item would be loaded in the section 3 side. So it would tell you or give you an idea it's within the 3rd hour delivery. Got something for Daniela Ibarra.
Daniela. You got something coming.
Hello. Good morning.
Hi, Pete.
Hello. I'm going to be away from my truck maybe every 30 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
And just keep on moving and keep on delivering.
And you're doing it no matter the weather.
Rain, snow, sleet, no matter the weather. COVID and solar eclipse as well. So it has to be done. You got to deliver it.
And I thought about Postman Pete today with all that rain out there.
Yeah.
Still made the deliveries.
I was thinking about Michael earlier. Just so smiley.
He was so happy. I could not resist asking him for an interview. But the live things that come in the mail.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that.
I had no idea.
Yeah, those were bees, right?
Bees, baby chicks. Kimberly told me about an iguana one time. Fish. Who knew?
Fascinating.
Yeah.
But we take it for granted. I mean, but I guess this is our way of saying
there's a process. Thank you. Yes, there's a process before it gets to us, right? Now, you can watch any KSAT Explained story on demand by scanning this QR code or going to KSAT.com or the KSAT YouTube channel. And just like Natalie did to prompt this idea, if there's something that you want us to explain, let us know on our website. There's a prompt right there to send in your ideas. We'll be right back.
So fluoride is a natural mineral. It's been added to our drinking water, some of our foods, and oral care products for decades. Here's ABC News' Perry Rossum to tell us more about the benefits of fluoride.
All water supplies contain some degree of fluoride, which is a natural mineral. Fluoride has been added to water supplies and oral care products for several decades. Drinking fluoridated water has been shown to reduce cavities and tooth decay by about 25% for both children and adults, according to the CDC. Eating sugary foods causes bacteria in the mouth to produce acid, which wears away the enamel and increases the risk of cavities. Water fluoridation prevents tooth decay by providing frequent and consistent contact with low levels of fluoride to stop cavities from forming and help rebuild the tooth surface. Drinking fluoridated water is recommended by the American Dental Association, American Academy of Pediatrics, and the World Health Organization. If you want to know more about the fluoride content of the water in your community, go to the CDC's website, My Water's Fluoride. With this Medical Minute, I'm Perry Rossum.
All right, another look at this big traffic tie-up we have been talking about since 5 o'clock. Looks like here at 35 and 1604, they're finally offloading all the cargo from the broken down 18-wheeler, putting it on that new one on the left there to try to get it out of the way so they can hopefully start clearing this mess, because that has been tied up. It means there are no cars moving along 1604 westbound because of that.
Yeah, you can see they're moving slightly now. Traffic down to one lane right there. You've been watching this since 5 o'clock, right?
Yes, we have. Yeah, it looks like they're diverting traffic there off the highway to try to get people out of the way. Still don't know exactly what happened to that 18-wheeler, but you could see in an earlier shot, it looked like it was down on the road. The back end of that 18-wheeler, something went wrong and caused it to stall. It's been sitting there for close to 2 hours at least.
Yeah, so they moved that cargo, and now it's a matter of when they're going to actually move the initial stalled vehicle. Right. So that's going to take even longer. Yeah. All right. Well, you look at the shot outside there, blue skies, 80 degrees, not too shabby, Adam.
Now, feeling good right now. We did have some decent rainfall over some drought-stricken parts of our area. I'll have the drought monitor along with the animation of the radar on top of it coming up in a few minutes. Right now, officially 81 at the airport. By midnight, we're at 68. Tomorrow morning, we start the day at 65. Your average for this time of year. Our next chance of storms right around the corner. See you in a bit. All right, we had some good rainfall earlier today. That was good to have some decent rain in parts of our area. Not everybody got the heavy rainfall, but some of us did. Let's get to some of the rainfall estimates out there. And this is locally. You see a wide range. of actual accumulations, and we'll zoom in a little bit tighter here. There's one nice swath of rain, northwest side of town. This is around Alamo Ranch. Taft High School, radar estimate at 1.1. You go just east of 1604 near Culebra, 1.4 inches, and around Northwest Vista at 1.6. Then, notice those yellows on the right-hand side of the screen? Oh, they stood out. Hold on, let me go back. Getting used to the system here. Anyway, those yellows on the right-hand side of the screen, they indicate 2 inches of rain, and we can really zoom in here. Adkins to Lone Oak, and especially around East Central High School, those yellow areas. Currently, we just have a few lingering showers that are starting to fall apart off to the north of San Antonio. Not much left over there. I want to show you the drought monitor, right? This is the radar on top of it from earlier today. And we did get a glancing blow in the extreme drought area up in the hill country, and now one little shower that's moving through, but most of it was Uvalde to La Pryor, eastward, Hondo to Pearsall into Atascosa County. Still some much needed rainfall, so it's good to have that action. Unfortunately, it came at a cost. We showed you those photos earlier from Bigfoot toward Poteet, even Lavernia, some wind damage and some tree damage and a bit of roof damage. Our next system is this swirl just west of Los Angeles, this upper level counterclockwise circulation. That's going to head our way and help generate some lift and probably get some showers and storms generated again by Thursday. That's our next best chance. Tomorrow, sunny and warm. Wednesday, 20% chance. Thursday, we're up to 40% chance. Here's a look at our time lapse of our sky today. After the storms, we cleared out, then had some high clouds, actually blow-off clouds from storms near Laredo. Those are those high thin clouds we had earlier today, that veil of cloud cover. Just under 1/4 of an inch officially at the airport, 81 our high temperature. But look at the wide range of temperatures. 76 Gonzales, 77 Stinson on the south side. You go off to the west, and Del Rio, 101, 101, even Junction at 93 degrees. Tomorrow, we're all going to be a little bit warmer with the exception of Del Rio. 65 at 7 a.m. By noon, we're at 88. And then by 5 o'clock, 94 degrees for our high temperature. But the nice thing is, I don't think we really have to worry about the heat index or the feels like, because we're going to have a little drop in the humidity for the afternoon. Del Rio still about 102 tomorrow. Okay, I take that back. Carrizo Springs 100 and Cotulla 100. 95 downtown Elmendorf 93. Sunny tomorrow, and then we have the storm chances, particularly Thursday. Then a sunny weekend, but you'll feel the warmth back in the mid-90s again.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
The Buzz is next.
Kudos now. This graduation season extra special for these 3 nursing students right there at UTEP. All of them got their degree at an age much earlier than most people. I mean, they're 18, 19 years old. What? Samantha Sierra, Paris Chacon, and Valeria Martinez, they were all enrolled in early college while they were in high school, so they got their associate's degrees early.
Yeah, it paid off. The trio officially earned their Bachelor's of Science in Nursing this spring. The ladies say they're thankful for the friendships they made during their time in college, and they hope to inspire other students who may be on that same path.
Love that.
All right, a hilarious and heartwarming photography contest that puts animals' comedic chops front and center. It's just revealed its cream of the crop entries. Take a look at these fabulous and funny furry friend photos. They're just some of the finalists in the running for the top prize in the 2024 Comedy Pet Photography Awards.
Something that you'd see on Jimmy Kimmel or something. All right, well, nearly 3 dozen pics from around the world have made the short list in the annual competition. It's not all laughing matter, however, because this competition aims to promote engagement of animal welfare while also celebrating the vital roles that animals play in our lives.
They do make you smile, though. That's pretty funny. Okay, a new candid camera art installation is offering New Yorkers a live look at the other side of the pond. This is an interactive piece called The Portal. It's been all over social media. It's pretty cool. It offers a 24/7 live stream connected to another portal that's in Dublin, Ireland.
Pretty nice. The pair of looking glass installations are going to remain open in Manhattan until the fall. And the artists behind the portals say that they offer a chance to meet people above borders and differences, and also to experience our world as it really is, which is united and one.
I saw a video of somebody in New York connecting with family in real time in Dublin, and it was so cool to see.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that was neat. So we'll be right back. All right, some good news here. We've been watching this backup that's been pretty stacked at 1604 and Pat Booker. Traffic easing, but the highway still shut down and being diverted because of an 18-wheeler accident.
We'll see you right back.